You spent hours on a crochet project, put it on the shelf, and nobody said a word, not even a, "oh, that's pretty." And meanwhile, there are people whose homes look like a magazine spread, and it's all because of a few specific pieces they crocheted and placed in the right spots. Today, I'm showing you part 2 of the most elegant crochet decorations that guests can't stop talking about. If you missed part 1, go check it out after this because we covered some seriously beautiful pieces. But right now, let's get into the ones I've been saving because honestly, these are the ones I love the most. So here's the thing a lot of crochet people don't talk about. It's not always about how complicated a piece is. It's about how it looks in a space. You could spend 3 weeks on something super detailed and it just blends into the background. But then you crochet something simple, hang it in the right spot with the right colors, and suddenly everyone who walks into your home goes, "Wait, did you make that?" That's what we're going for today. Let's start with table runners. I know, table runners don't sound exciting, but a crocheted lace table runner on a wooden dining table, that is the kind of thing that makes people stop mid-conversation and look down. The contrast between the natural wood and the delicate crochet pattern is just beautiful. You want to go for an open lace stitch here, something with a lot of negative space so you can actually see the table underneath. A shell stitch or a V-stitch works perfectly for this. Use a neutral color like cream, ivory, or even a soft dusty white. Not pure bright white, that can look too harsh. More of a warm white. About 4 to 6 inches wide and as long as your table. It lays flat, it doesn't look bulky, and it photographs amazingly if you ever want to share your home online. Now, if you want to go bolder, try doing the table runner in a slightly thicker yarn and leaving the ends with little fringe pieces. That adds texture and movement, and it looks very intentional, like something you'd find in an expensive boutique. Guests will always ask where you got it, and you get to say you made it yourself. That never gets old. Next, let's talk about wall hangings, because this is where crochet truly shines as home decor. And I'm not talking about the old school macrame style ones. I mean modern, clean, geometric crochet wall pieces. Think of large hexagons connected together in a cluster, or a long vertical piece with open mesh stitching that creates a kind of organic, flowing look. You can use a light neutral yarn and hang it on a simple wooden dowel. That's it. It instantly becomes a focal point on any wall. One thing I've seen people do that looks absolutely stunning is combine different textures in one wall hanging. So the top section is tight single crochet, the middle opens up into a mesh or lattice pattern, and the bottom hangs in long loose chains with beads or wooden rings at the ends. The variation in texture is what makes it look high-end. It tells a visual story from top to bottom. And because it's a wall piece, everyone who sits in that room will keep glancing at it throughout the evening. That's the kind of decoration that sticks in people's memory. If you have a large blank wall above a couch or bed, a big circular woven wall hanging in a complementary color to your furniture can completely transform the room. We're talking a piece maybe 24 to 30 inches in diameter, using a combination of stitches that create subtle rings or a sunburst effect. It doesn't need to be complicated. Even a simple spiral worked outward with a consistent stitch can look absolutely stunning when it's done in the right yarn weight and color. Okay, now let's get into something a little more unexpected. Crochet lampshades or lamp covers. This is one of those things that when guests see it, they always want to know more, because most people don't even think about crocheting something that goes near a light, but the effect it creates is just gorgeous. When light shines through a crocheted shade, the pattern gets projected onto the walls and ceiling. It creates this soft, textured glow in the room that is honestly unlike anything you can buy in a store. For this, you really want to use cotton yarn because it handles heat better and it doesn't droop or warp. You can crochet a simple tube shape with a mesh stitch that you slip over an existing drum lampshade, or you can make a full standalone shade worked in the round with a wider base and a narrower top. You want the stitches to have gaps so the light can pass through. A fillet crochet pattern works beautifully here because you can even incorporate a simple design into it, like flowers, geometric shapes, or even initials. When the lamp is on in the evening, that pattern glows against the wall. It's honestly one of the most magical decorating effects you can create with crochet, and barely anyone talks about it. Let's move on to plant hangers, and not just any plant hangers. Elegant ones, the kind that look like they belong in a slow-living aesthetic blog.
A lot of plant hangers can look a little rustic or bohemian, which is fine if that's your style. But if you want something more refined, the key is in the yarn and the proportions. Use a smooth cotton rope in a neutral color, keep the knotting or stitching tight and consistent, and go for a longer silhouette. A hanger that's about 18 to 24 inches long with a deep basket at the bottom feels more intentional than a short, chunky one. If you have a trailing plant like pothos or string of pearls, this kind of hanger shows off the plant beautifully. Guests always gravitate toward plants, and when the hanger itself looks like a piece of art, the whole corner of the room becomes a little moment that people notice. You can also make matching sets of 2 or 3 hangers at slightly different heights and cluster them together in a window or corner. The repetition of that clean design multiplies the effect and makes it look very designed and deliberate. Now, I want to talk about something for the bathroom, because the bathroom is the one room every single guest uses, and yet most people don't put much decorating effort into it. A crocheted hand towel edge is something so simple, but it completely elevates the look of a bathroom. You take a plain white or cream hand towel and you crochet a border along the bottom edge. A simple shell edging or scallop border in a pretty cotton yarn. That's it. Now your bathroom towel looks like something from a high-end hotel. It's the kind of detail that guests notice and almost can't explain why it looks so good. They just feel like the space is put together. You can also make a small crocheted soap dish or a little basket for the bathroom counter to hold cotton pads or small items. Use a tight stitch so the basket holds its shape. Go for a minimal color, like white, beige, or sage green. These tiny accessories pull the whole room together in a way that people feel, but don't always consciously notice, and that is the mark of really good decorating. Let me also mention window curtain panels, because these are another one that gets a huge reaction. A crocheted curtain panel hanging in a doorway or in a window with natural light behind it is just breathtaking. The light filters through and the texture of the stitches creates beautiful shadows. You don't even have to crochet a full curtain. Even a partial panel, like a valance at the top of a window, worked in a lace pattern, can completely change the feel of a room. Use a fine cotton thread or a lightweight yarn so it drapes well and doesn't look stiff. A simple mesh or lace stitch keeps it airy and light, and in a room with lots of natural light, the effect is honestly stunning. One more piece I absolutely have to mention: crocheted throw blankets styled on a sofa or armchair. You might think, well, everyone knows about crochet blankets, but the difference is in how they're styled and in the pattern you choose. A textured stitch like the bobble stitch, the C2C, or a beautiful solid ripple in a carefully chosen neutral tone draped casually over the arm of a sofa looks like it belongs in an interior design shoot. It's not just functional, it becomes part of the room's aesthetic. Guests will pick it up, feel the texture, comment on it, and ask if you made it, and when you say yes, they always want to know if you can make them one too. The thing that ties all of these pieces together is intention. It's choosing colors that work with your space. It's using the right yarn weight for the right project. And it's placing each piece where it gets